Hi, this is Dave with DRH Acrylic Creations. Today we're going to be doing a dirty swipe with 3 colors. My pillow paint is PPG Multi-Pro, and this is a fairly new paint for me. I think I've used it a couple times. I love how the fact that it's nice and stretchy, and my colors sit really beautifully on top. I'll be using the back of this swiping tool. And the first thing's going down is my cell activators. I'm going to start with the titanium white by Amsterdam and lamp black by Amsterdam. It's mixed 1 part paint to 3 parts Australian Floetrol. This is where the cells come in. All of my paints, all of my colors will be going on the back of the palette knife. Hence the reason why it's called a dirty swipe. And now the black. I'm sure some of you have noticed that I have been absent for a little while, and that's because I've made a move from Texas up to Washington State. Okay, our next color down is Willy Wagtail Black, and this is a boom gel. It's a beautiful product, and it actually helps the cell activators. This is Pearlescent White, also by Boom Gel. Okay, our first color going down is Indigo, and this is ACRYLIC Interactive. And it's mixed with my Vaspar Ultra with Varathane polyurethane, and that's a 3-to-1 ratio. Our next color is Harvest Gold, and this is This Little Piggy, or TLP, mixed with my pouring medium after dispersing with Jasonia varnish. Okay, next is a Custom Gold. It's my first time using the Firedots product, the pigment line, and I also added it with golden, a fine, iridescent gold fine, and Indian yellow. Okay, I'm going to flip this over and do a swipe. Now, so the reason why it's called a dirty swipe is because all the colors are on the back of the swiping tool. You're seeing below my tile there, and it's what I'm painting on today, is a 10 by 14 tile. You're seeing my first maiden voyage of my Winterstrom spinner. So excited to have one. Been lusting after one for quite some time, and finally managed to pick one up. For those who have noticed, this is my first painting since I made the move. I've had a little bit of a hiatus here. I was moving from Texas back up to Washington State. Move went well. It took longer than I thought to get things set up. So you'll see me getting back to my normal 2 to 3 videos per week. And I'm so excited to be able to paint again. And I'm going to grab a little bit of the cells from underneath, and I'm going to drag them out. Just change up the pattern just a little bit. This piece is going to have lots and lots of negative space. My intention was to keep it really very simple. There's basically 3 colors here. The indigo blue, the gold, and white and black cell activators. But there's 2 shades of gold there. So it's my 3 colors plus my cell activators. I'm just trying to create interest here and enhance what's already there. For me, this is the fun part. This is where I can control what's happening with the flow of the paint. And it's, extremely enjoyable, this part. Now, I mentioned before that I am working on a tile. This is a 14 by 10 tile, and it's become my favorite thing to work on, mostly because it's a nice solid surface to paint, and it's easy to keep it level. There's no sagging like you have with a canvas. And they're fairly inexpensive. I get all my supplies, my tiles, at Home Depot. I think I have just recently got some at Lowe's also. You can find them anywhere. They'll be at the end product will have a lot of negative space, which was really what I was hoping for. And I think I'm going to start, you're going to see for a while here, I'm going to be doing a lot of work that is limited color palette and back to simplicity. Keep it simple. Try to get my composition to focus on my composition. A lot of times color is beautiful, but can take over. I think in a lot of ways it's the equivalent of working with black and white photography before you really indulge yourself into color. If you have a good black and white photograph, there's really nothing much like it. Okay, I'm just doing some modifications here. This is a skewer like you would use with kebabs, and I'm just going in and enhancing what's already there, bringing some interest in, having some fun with it. I tend to get lost when I get started into the modifications and playing with the paint. For me, this is art therapy. Very much enjoy the process. If you haven't already done so, I'd invite you to subscribe. It helps a whole lot with the algorithm and how many people actually see is by how many subscribers, and more than that is how long you watch, and comments help me a whole lot. So if you'd like to take a few seconds and drop me a comment down below, let me know what you like and what you'd like to maybe see in the future. It's greatly appreciated. Okay, I'm going to spin this out just a little bit, see if I can get some flow going, get some of the paint off of the tile. It's sitting there an awful long time. Usually start getting skins after a while. In this case, it didn't happen, but it is a danger you have when you take your time. So I'm just stretching this out, see if I can get it to move around the canvas a little bit, open up the cells that are there. But I'm stretching very slowly. I don't want to have changes in the overall composition. I'm really liking how much negative space I ended up with this piece. Anxious to see how it dries. That's another thing about the tiles, because there's absolutely no sagging, and as long as it's level, most of the time you get what you see when you're finished is what it ends up being. Of course, the exception to that is if you leave too much paint on the surface or on the tile, and or if it dries too quickly on the top as opposed to the bottom, what ends up happening, you get crazing or cracks, and you just really have to make sure you balance it and get enough off the canvas, or in this case off the tile. I really didn't like the effect that I wasn't getting coverage, and so I picked up my can. I decided to put a little bit more flow paint down on those three corners so that I can get it to flow correctly, and I don't have to push the paint any harder than I already have. So I really don't want to change the composition from what it is. So I add a little bit more pillow on the bottom, and so that I can spin this out and maybe spread it out a little bit with a tool. Will get the coverage I need, get the sides covered, and get to the end of this piece now. If you enjoyed this process today, I'd invite you to give me a like, subscribe if you haven't done so already, and of course, ring the bell for notifications of future videos I put out. It is my goal to put out at least 3 per week, and I hope that you're enjoying the process as much as I do. If you have any questions, comments, please do leave those down below. And as always, I appreciate you being here. Thanks for coming along. Bye now.